Hello. Welcome to First Trinity's 2023 All Church Study based on the book Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. My name is Sue Stagey, and I serve as First Trinity's Director of Transformation Ministries. And I got to tell you, I am thrilled to be with you as we dig into this Christian classic. Today is a kickoff week for the study, and the big idea is to help set you up for a great experience growing in your faith over the next 5 weeks. Here are a few things that you will need to help you get the most out of this journey. First, a Bible. You can bring your own, which I highly recommend. We are going to look at the scriptures every week together. So you could bring a hard copy, you could use the Bible app, or we'll have plenty of Bibles in the room here as well for you to use. You also need a copy of Mere Christianity. We have them available here at church, and they're available wherever books are sold. You might even be able to get a copy from the library. The page numbers that we'll be referring to in our study come from this edition. You'll get the most out of the study if you're able to do the reading every week, but please come. You will still get something out of it if you didn't get to it. The other thing you need is your table group or your small group or set of friends. This is the heart and soul of the All Church Study. Whether you know it or not, walking through a study with others is a powerful tool for growth. You have opportunity to hear other perspectives, to connect what's happening in this study with your life outside the church walls, and the Holy Spirit is active not only in your heart and mind, but in the relationships around the circle. Now, you always get to choose how much or how little you want to share, and it's always okay to pass. Your table host or small group leader will help move the conversation along. Mere Christianity was first published in the 1940s during World War II. It's interesting to know that while most books fade in popularity, this book has sold even better in the 21st century than it did when it was first published. In English language alone, it has reached something like 4 million copies since 2001. It is still the favorite go-to book for those considering Christianity or having doubts about their faith. C.S. Lewis, an Oxford professor who was once an atheist, was asked by the BBC to do a series of radio talks explaining the Christian faith, and those talks are what became this book. As you read, you might imagine what it would be like to have Jesus explained over the radio while bombs and the threat of bombs were all around you. Perhaps because he had once been an atheist, Lewis comes at the subject of Christianity from a unique and powerful perspective. Lewis is the king of the metaphor, which I love. For example, he says that theology, God talk and teaching, is like a map. It is not God itself, but it is a map. He writes that God designed the human machine, us, to run on himself, just as a car is made to run on gasoline. No electric cars in the 1940s. The book is filled with word pictures that help us grasp biblical truth. I think you'll like that part very much. Here's the thing. C.S. Lewis did not think like we think in 2023, and he certainly doesn't talk or write like we do in 2023. The first section, which we're going to ask you to read for next week, he calls them books, might be a little tough to get through. It's dense, and I know when I read it, I had to sort of take it in little pieces and stick with it. I am hoping you will do the same. We can do hard things, especially when we do them together. I did take a stab at writing a summary sentence for each of the 4 sections or books that we'll be reading together. They're actually on your handout on the back, about a quarter of the way down, if you want to take a look. You'll see that Lewis is taking us on a journey in this book. Each step builds on the one before. So to summarize the book 1 that we'll be reading for next week, here it is. There is a law of right and wrong, in the universe, and we are unable to keep it. Book 2, Christianity is the only answer that makes sense of the human condition. Book 3, Living Out Christian Morality. When we talk about morality, we're talking about right and wrong actions, comes with a resource that no other morality does. And number 4, the God of the Bible is a personal God who walks with you every day. You'll be talking about these summaries in your group today, and if you have time, it'll be a good chance to get into those. Perhaps as you read each section in the weeks to come, you could reflect on the summary and see if it makes sense to you. We're all on this journey together. Okay, friends, it's time to get started. Enjoy your conversation. I have been praying for this study daily since June of this year. Holy Spirit, come do your thing.